Hey guys, this is DC, also known as the Dark Creeper, and in this video, I'll be showing you how to farm Maledictus from L in this Cataclysm Mod. So, let's begin. So, in my previous video, I've shown you how to defeat the Nether Monstrosity using two methods. If you haven't looked at it, please check it out. Otherwise, similar to that video, I'll be showing you two methods that you can use against Maledictus that will make your life a bit more easier. Now, just keep a note that Maledictus is an endgame boss in this mod at the moment, so if you're trying to get him first thing and when you spawn into the world, I wouldn't really recommend it. So I always recommend getting the boss mods from the Nether first, then using those items to get Maledictus after that. Now, once you have spawned into your world or your existing world, you're going to find one of these structures called the Frost Prison or the Frost Stronghold. These structures normally spawn in a snow biome, which you can see around here. But another quick tip of finding these is that if you look at the coordinates on the top left there, you can see one of the coordinates is in 4 digits. Now, there are some exceptions where the X coordinates are 4-digit and the Z coordinates are also 4 digits. So for example, it can be like the X coordinates could be 3000 and while the Z coordinates could be minus 2000 or something like that. So that's just a quick way of finding the frost prisons. And before you go in, you're going to need a few items, just like the previous video, and that is what you can see over here. So as usual, the left side is what you'll need essentially for the farm to work, and the right side here is just completely just optional. So you can see that there is a full iron set with enchantments on. This is just the option as well. You don't have to have like full enchantments. That's just if you happen to find enchantment or like some way to find enchanting, then that's totally fine. Otherwise, you can use like diamond armor if you have no enchantments, or netherite armors, which does take a bit of time, but it'll definitely be worth it. And that is one of the essentials you'll need. Next, you'll need a bow. Now, the bow is the most essential thing for this farm to work because you'll be doing most of the damage from the bow. So I have a power 5 and I'm breaking 3, but you can use a lower one. It'll just take more time. It'll just take more cautious. I think you can get a power 2, power 3 bow from a fletcher in the village profession, which I will show you because I keep mentioning this in my videos on how to get these power bows. You'll need any sort of food source, a steak for natural regeneration. You'll need a golden apple. Now this also is an option. Like I said, I always recommend you going to the nether and defeating those nether boss mobs first, because on the way you'll get lots of golden nuggets, and then which you can turn into ingots and make them into golden apples. These will definitely help you in the farm, which makes it much more easier. You'll also need a water bucket, and this is one of the essential things you need as well, and I'll tell you why later. And because the bow doesn't have infinity on, you will need a lot of arrows as well. So I think maybe 3 or 4 sets of arrows might work. I think I've tried to run and it was enough for I think 3 sets of arrows. But again, the stronger the bow, the less arrows it's going to take, and if you have infinity, that's perfect. Now the options here is that I've got an ignitium set over here. Like I said, if you go into nether, you're going to find ignis and netherite monstrosity, which you can get these items, and yes, they will need a lot of time and resources to get these, but I can definitely assure you they will be much easier, especially the ignitium sets that they don't have a durability. So the more you can have these for like forever, which is definitely a plus for you. You can also get the monstrous helm, which only requires a horn, a netherite helmet, and a smithing template. Now the netherite helmet, which I've explained in my Ignis video, but you can get a guaranteed netherite ingot in a fire temple if you happen to find one. Then you can use that to make a monstrous helm. Especially the effects are increases damage, knockback resistance, and regeneration. So it's like an emergency golden apple. You'll get a infernal forge from the netherite monstrosity, which can serve as a decent close combat weapon. So yeah, these are totally your options. You don't have to get it, but I can definitely guarantee it will be easier if you get them. Now these two here is just if you don't happen to get these are just your options. So an iron sword, it doesn't have to have enchantments, but if you have them, it's great. You'll also need a pickaxe. Now this pickaxe is an option because that if you're willing to go to the frost prison here, and if you don't want to fight all the mobs here, then you can just come across this section here. So if I go here, right here, and then I use my diamond pickaxe and just mine down all the way here, then you can see that I've come right across to the floor where the gate for Maledictus' room is. So if you don't want to be finding all those mobs there, especially, I think there's like a mini boss called, yeah, this guy over here. I don't know how to how to pronounce his name, but you'll find one of these guys, and these are quite they're quite hassle to defeat. So if you don't want to be fighting them with too much, then you can just go right down here and then try fight these mobs first, and then go to the gate right here. You'll find one of him in this floor as well, but you've got a bow anyway, so you can just kill him really easy. So that's the gist of the Frost Prison, and I will be going inside the room. Now, before we go into the room, I also forgot to mention that if you're struggling to find any diamonds or diamond armor with enchantments on them, there is a really easy way you can get them. So remember when I said that you'll need some some protection or armor. I can recommend you just get the iron armor set. Then once you come towards down to this floor here, you will want to kill all the mobs. And if I turn on my extra mode, I can see that there's a lot of chests. So these green squares that you see here are mostly chests, and there is a chance for them to spawn in like really rare materials such as like diamonds or even diamond armors with enchantments on them. So this one where I just spawned, you can see, I'll go into here and you can see there's a lot of chests here, and you can see that there is diamond armor sets with enchantment on them. Now there's a chance for them to get Curse of Binding, which you can't get them off until you die, but I definitely will say that this is a really good way to get free armor, and even a diamond sword with looting and sharpness on them, and you got a few diamonds as well, as you can see here. So that is a way you can get free armor as well. So if you're really struggling to get diamonds or any enchanted armors, then this is definitely a way to get free stuff as well. Just keep a note that this is a chance. This is not like a guaranteed thing, so you will have to gamble on your chances. So finally we are in front of the boss's room, and you can see there's like a big door here. It's nothing special, just right click it and that will open up the door. It will take some time. Yep, that's the open door, and once you go through it, you'll find a little tombstone. If you go here, you'll find a cursed tombstone. Now if you right click this, it will summon Maledictus straight away. We do not want that. We want to set up a few things before we do it. Just a few things to notice is that there are some chests over here as well, so you can there's some more chances for you to get more materials. So if I check over here, those are iron and gold, and then if I check this one here, yep, so there's some good stuff over here as well, so you can use that. If I check this one here, last one, and it's a diamond sword. So there's quite a fair amount of loot here, so you can just use that if you don't have any decent equipment. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to be using the water bucket that we just had before. What we're going to do is we're going to come to this block over here, this place over here. So it's like almost the center of the room. And what we're going to do is, if you're in survival mode, you'll need some building blocks, which you can just go all the way up here. And what we're going to do is we're going to mine these 3 blocks here. Yes, they're mineable, so don't worry. And then we're going to just place a water. I think it was, let me just get some blocks here. I think it's like 2 blocks. You'll need at least 2 blocks here. And then you're going to place a water here. So that will fall down here. And what that's going to do is going to prevent Maledictus from trying to reach us and attack us. And I'll show you what I mean in a bit. And you're going to remove these 2 blocks here. And so the ultimate goal is that when Maledictus is spawned, you're going to swim up here. So if I'm going to go as fastly as I could. And this is your main priority when you do the run. So this, you'll need to stay as much as you can. If Maledictus tries hit you off like this, don't worry about the fall damage, as the water on the ground will save you. Just make sure you don't go get hit too far, otherwise you will get full damage and you will die. So your main priority, your main goal is just get top of this water pillar here. And then you're going to use your bow, which I mentioned earlier, and you're going to damage as much as you can when Maledictus gets up close. So I'll show you that in the battle later. And once you do that, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to be showing you the battle process now. So now with all that in place, I'm going to give you a basic run through. So I've got my equipment here. I've got the Ignitum set on. Like I said, you can use just the enchant dimer you find at the chest. That's totally fine. What you're going to do is you're going to right click on the tombstone, and what that's going to do, it's going to spawn Maledictus. Now while he's spawning, your main goal is to try and get out on top of this water pillar here, and your main goal is to try stay as long as you can, even though if you fall off due to getting hitting by Maledictus. You want to go swim on top of there as fast as you can. So as you can see, I'm using control to swim there as fast as I can. So you want to stay there as much as possible. Otherwise, if you're on the ground, Maledictus will do his grabbing attack or his, a lot of his close combat attack motions. Yeah, so now I'm gonna do it with no mic, because this does need a little bit of focus, especially if this is your first time doing it. You will need a little bit of practice, as it does require a little bit of focus. So I'll be back after that. So there you go. That was actually quite not bad. So as you can see, he dropped his 3 crucium ingots, which you can make a lot of his items. Now mostly I would want this cursed bow, because I think it's really OP in this mod. And yeah, so as you can see here, once Maledictus is defeated, you will see another tombstone, which right now you can't use it because it says its power is still weak, but once it charges up, you'll see those lights before, and you can just keep going back and forth, which means as long as you have the resources. So as you can see, I've only used like a set and a half, almost a half of the arrows here. So as long as you have arrows and your bow, then you can pretty much do this infinite amount of times. And as you can see here, I've only used like 5 golden apples. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So now you can see it's starting to glow up, and if I probably click this, it'll probably spawn in Maledictus again. But that's just a simple way. This is the first method, so now I'll show you the second method. Now the second method involves advanced players who already have an existing world, and they've already made up to endgame content, and while they've already made an iron farm or gold farm or any kind of farm, and they have a lot of materials and resources left over with no use of them. What you see here is blocks of iron and a carved pumpkin, and most of you already know that these are materials to spawn in iron golems. Now iron golems, luckily, they perceive when they are spawned, and when Maledictus is spawned, they perceive each other as targets, meaning that they will attack each other. So if you have lots of iron left over and you have no use for them, this is a good way to convert them into crucium ingots. And basically what you want to do is you want to spawn 1 or 2 minimum at a time, and so that Maledictus doesn't kill all of them at one go, because most of his attacks are AoE damage. So yeah, what you want to do is you want to fall back a little bit, and then just make sure you keep spawning those iron golems, so Maledictus aggro goes towards them. So at the same time, I'm going to be turning off my voice so I can focus a bit, and then I'll show you what it's like. Yep, so there you go. It did take a lot of iron, I think at least, yeah, it took almost a half set of blocks, of iron blocks, but it definitely wasn't that hard. You just need to keep track of how many iron golems are that are alive. So it wasn't really that difficult. So this is, again, this is a method for advanced players who already have like end game content world. So yeah, those are those 2 methods. So before I end this video, I'm just going to be showing you a quick method of how I got my power 2 bow and, you know, emeralds and experience points, and that is by using the fletcher profession. So most of you will already know that the fletcher profession is very, very OP in the early game, because it's literally trading sticks for the emeralds. So I'm just going to be showing you quick of them. So I'm just going to be spawning these villages. I'm going to turn off the sound off because it's quite annoying. So I'm going to just place the fletchers. Now fletching tables are really easy to make as well, so I just need to get a lot of wood. So I'm going to be trading, so let's say if I have a lot of sticks, I'm going to be trading. This is a good way to get experience points as well. Especially if you find a village, there will be at least over 10 villages, so this is a good way to get those. So yeah, we already got a bow, so I'm going to keep trading all those emeralds. And this is just basically redo and retry. So I'm going to keep exchanging them. So I've done a fair amount of trading now. I can see on this one, you can get a power 2 bow, which is pretty nice for 12 emeralds. You can see I've traded a lot of sticks for that to get emeralds. You can get an arrow of healing. This one you can get power 1 and unbreaking 1. I think this is the ideal one, the combination. You can just get through. You can get multiple of these until you get power 3 and unbreaking 3, which is pretty nice. This one again trades for sticks. You can get an arrow of soul falling. This one you'll get power 1 unbreaking 1, same thing. This one is for speed arrow. Also you can get a lot of arrows from the emeralds. So this is a good way to get arrows as well. This one you can get power 1. You can get weakness arrows, which I think affects on Maledictus as well. So that's a good way to get those arrows as well. Again, you can get arrows from the trading emeralds. And the last one, you can get power 2, which is a good one. I think the maximum power you can get on village is power 2 or either unbreaking 2, which again is great options as well. So yeah, this one sells arrows and sticks. You can get emeralds from sticks and get arrows from emeralds as well, so that's a pretty good one as well. So yeah, those are the simple methods. You can get a lot of benefits from those, and that's pretty much it for this video. So if you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will come back with future videos. See you later.